This isn't just another horror movie. It's a terrifying story about a curse so powerful that it destroys an entire family, one by one. And what's even more disturbing is that it's inspired by a real incident. Today, we're diving into Siccin 8. So, let's get straight into the story. The story starts while showing the OG character of the Siccin series, Orhan. Orhan used to be an ordinary man, meaning in Siccin 3. And inside Siccin 3, after his wife's death, to bring her back, he makes a deal with a jinn. Or rather, he keeps a jinn by his side. And that jinn used to stay with him in the form of his wife. Well, now, after suffering the consequences of this choice, he finds out how evil consumes humans. So, he lets that jinn go who used to look like his wife, and he banishes the jinn as well. Later, he begins using his spiritual knowledge and powers to fight evil and help people. And we have seen this in Siccin 4 to Siccin 2. This story shows how he confronts and defeats a new evil. Well, Orhan is praying at a place right now, and there on the other side, a lady is telling another lady about the Knot of Torment, which is a very dangerous curse where 5 members of the victim's family are tied with the Knot of Torment. And as soon as they get tied, the evil marks them. It weakens their souls, feeds on them, and eventually begins consuming them. And in the end, the evil swallows them completely. And the sender of the curse also has to suffer a little bit of the consequences of this. Meaning that this curse is such that it will eat the 5 people of that family, of course. Along with this is such a highly dangerous curse that the one who uses it, meaning the one who gets it done, their life also remains at risk. In other words, someone would only use it if they were willing to kill or even die for revenge. And just then, a very shocking scene comes. We see a lady who takes her own life by jumping from a high place. Meanwhile, Orhan is at his home. He suddenly sees a dark shadow. It starts leading him onto a path. Here, Orhan sees many old women in a place like a nursing home or hospital. They were behaving strangely. Seeing all this, he feels quite strange. And he tries to understand what this shadow actually is, and what this shadow belongs to and what it wants to show him. After which he reaches a room, where he finds 5 corpses covered with sheets. And seeing this, he is deep in thought. At that moment, the shadow suddenly disappeared. Well, now the story comes to the 6th of December 2023, where we see the family of a man named Fadi. It includes his wife Berna, elder daughter Eileen, younger daughter Ella, and Fadi's mother Gonal. Now, recently, Fadi has sent his mother Gonal to a nursing home, because he and his wife Berna feel that staying at home is not right for Gonal and Ella. And the reason for this is that one day when Ella was playing with Gonal, then Gonal had locked Ella inside a chest, due to which Ella could have died. After that, at Berna's insistence, Gonal has been sent to the nursing home. But Fadi was not feeling good, and he used to miss his mother every day. And he feels quite bad for his mother that despite having a home, she had to be sent to a nursing home. Well, at home, Ella and Berna are talking about her only, and Ella was also missing her very much. Well, right now Ella was eating breakfast when suddenly a white hair comes out from her omelet. She and Berna consider it to be Gonal's. But that was strange because finding a white hair inside an omelet made no sense. And secondly, Gonal was not at home right now at all. So how can this white hair come? Well, in the meantime, Fadi had gone to the nursing home to meet his mother Gonal, where he talks to her and shows her Ella's video where she is missing Gonal. Seeing this, she becomes a little emotional, but later shouts and tells him to turn off the video. Well, the truth about what happened that day slowly begins to unfold. What actually had happened while playing. So, Gonal was in her room and Ella was playing there by hiding inside the chest kept there. Just then, the lock of that chest slid and got locked on its own, just like a latch suddenly snapping shut on its own. Now Berna comes and sees Ella, and she feels that all this has been done by Gonal, whereas in reality, the whole incident was just an accident. Now on the other side, we see Eileen, who lives with her boyfriend Mert. In the evening, she was talking to him. Actually, here Eileen is looking for a job, and Mert tells her to come to his company, but she wanted to do something through her own efforts. Well, in the meantime, Mert tells Eileen that her father Fadi had come here to meet him, and he was asking whether he is cheating on Eileen. Hearing this makes her angry. Fadi, meaning her father, should stay out of her personal life. Now at night, Fadi is shown. He was talking to his wife Berna about his mother Gonal, that he is not feeling good keeping her there, on which Berna says that it has been only 2 weeks since she went, and soon she will get used to living there. She says she's heartbroken too, but they had no other choice. They cannot put their child's life at risk. Whereas there was nothing like that, that was an accident. Well, now on the same night, that lady from the starting of the movie, to whom another lady was explaining the ritual, she brings Gonal inside a secret room inside the nursing home, and here that other lady is actually a shaman. She starts her ritual and ties knots with hair on 5 toes on Gonal's foot. She marks each member of Gonal's family, meaning that here, hatred had come inside Gonal's mind for everyone. Well, now here each knot is for each member, and along with the knot, a glimpse of its curse is also shown, where the old forms of all of them were seen suffering. Now at home, Fadi's sleep breaks. He sees a terrifying form of Gonal, and Berna haunts him, due to which his sleep breaks. Now he hears a strange voice, following which he goes into Gonal's room, where he sees evil Ella, and near her, his mother Gonal was also sitting, who was saying to him that he did the wrong thing and threw her out from her own house. Now, hearing all these words and seeing the sight, Fadi starts getting scared, when just then Berna comes there who calms him down. And when he snaps back to reality, there was nothing there. And we know that jinns and these curses, they work in this very way. Meanwhile, Mert wakes Eileen up because she had slept in the living room. She goes to the washroom, and here she sees some wounds on her back, seeing which she became very much troubled. Hearing her voice, Mert comes there. He suddenly becomes evil and starts attacking her. But the very next moment, she snaps back to reality. Then Mert was also right, and there was no mark on her back either, meaning that there was no wound at all. In the meantime, Orhan was thinking about his visions, and tries to see through that shadow what is going on. Here he finds himself in the same nursing home, where inside a room among 5 rotted corpses, his master's corpse was kept, and the patients were disturbing the bodies, meaning that this is probably a hint of some kind. Now on the very next day, Orhan goes to the nursing home to meet his master, and by now the date of December 7th, 2023 had come. He meets his master and prays for him, and this is the same nursing home, and Gonal also lives there. And that terrifying ritual had happened right here. And actually Orhan had seen this nursing home and the patients here inside his visions. Even Gonal, he recognizes after seeing her here, that he has already seen her in his visions. Now actually Fadi was taking Gonal back home today, and Orhan is a little troubled for his master. Along with this, he was also engaged in the attempt to understand his visions. Well, now Orhan remembers a word said by his master, that to understand the darkness completely, they should sometimes leave their powers and surrender in front of the darkness. Meanwhile, at home, Berna was preparing her mother-in-law's, meaning Gonal's room, and she was talking to Eileen too, and she locks the chest, but it opens back up on its own. Now Berna goes to keep the chest inside the basement, but just then the evil form of Gonal and Ella starts haunting her, due to which she had become very much scared. But by now, Ella comes and comforts her mother. Well, in the meantime, Fadi is inside the office. He sees Eileen, who was sitting with a lady named Zara, and Zara says to him that Fadi had betrayed her, had married another lady, meaning Berna, and Eileen could have been the daughter of both of them, meaning that if their relationship had formed, their children would have been born. But what Fadi did to her, the same will happen to his daughter too, meaning that she will also get betrayal in love. And from this, Fadi gets quite frightened, who snaps back to reality the very next moment, meaning that all these things were happening because of that curse, which the jinns were showing him. Well, in the meantime, Eileen had gone to watch a movie with Mert, and here she starts seeing Zara. She haunts her, whom Mert brings to her senses. Now on the other side, Fadi had brought Gonal home, by whose arrival everyone was very happy, and making her sleep in the room, Berna goes to put Ella to sleep. Now she makes her sleep by telling a story and then goes to Gonal's room, where Gonal haunts her and says to her that she should never have let Gonal go to the nursing home. She pulls herself together and comes to her room, when just then she hears the sound of Ella screaming, whom a lot of ghosts were haunting. She comforts Ella, and outside Fadi was seeing Zara's ghost. She was with Ella, Eileen, and Gonal, and this says that she will give pain to Fadi's entire family, due to which he becomes very troubled. Now in the meantime, inside the nursing home is Orhan, who senses the evil, the torment, and the pain settled here. On the other hand, Eileen is at her home. She was remembering the argument that happened between her father Fadi and herself, when she had made a plan to shift with Mert. But Fadi was strictly against this, so a lot of fight had happened between those two. Well, right now Mert's evil form haunts her, but she regains her composure. The next morning, Mert goes out for work, and Eileen gets a vision of a book, which had led her to a drawer. And inside it is a sketchbook, inside which Mert had drawn different girls, meaning that he was betraying Eileen, and he has formed relations with many girls. And this same thing was said here by Zara too, meaning that with her also, the same betrayal will happen which happened with her, meaning that Fadi was always right about Mert. Well, seeing all this, Eileen gets a deep shock, and due to this reason, she had fought with her father, meaning that she was left with nowhere to turn. Well, now Eileen becomes quite troubled by all this. Now after this, inside the nursing home, that lady from the starting of the movie starts crying, remembering her daughter. And her daughter is Zara, whom Fadi had betrayed, and after that, she took her own life, for which Zara's mother considers Fadi and his family responsible, which explains why here this curse was gotten done, and why poison was dissolved inside Gonal's mind here, meaning the main revenge was to be taken from Fadi. And here Gonal was just a medium, and the biggest thing is that the shaman is also an old acquaintance of that lady, who also had sorrow for Zara, and therefore she had agreed to cast this terrifying curse. Meanwhile, at home, Berna was cooking food, who finds a hair knot, and inside the fridge, Ella is seen with some dead newborn, due to which she had become very much frightened. Now she hears the voice of Ella and Gonal, who were talking about her only, that she has gone mad and her health is also very bad. Although those two were not even talking this, meaning the jinns were showing her this. Meanwhile, Mert comes home and Eileen is sitting holding his sketchbook, seeing which he asks whether all this has been drawn by Eileen, due to which her anger increases even more. Well, he goes outside and she sees that Mert is with Fadi, and both were making fun of her only, that she can never become a mother. And Mert stayed in relationships with other girls, due to which he got this disease which Eileen got from him. Now from all this, Eileen completely loses control. She becomes quite troubled, and now Mert comes inside. He looks evil to her, whereas he was completely normal, and now just then Eileen stabs him, along with which she remembers that in unconsciousness, she herself had made those drawings inside that sketchbook, meaning that Mert had never betrayed her at all, meaning that all these things were the effect of this curse, and all the things the jinns were getting done. And this happened because Fadi was sure that here Mert is good in looks, so he will definitely betray, because his own nature was such. And this very doubt was present in Eileen's mind, of which the jinns took advantage. Now at home, Berna goes to talk to Fadi, but by now Fadi had gotten his daughter Eileen's message, so he goes to her. Now on the other side, inside the nursing home, Orhan finds out through his master where this evil is. So he finds out that this evil actually started from Gonal. On the other hand, at home, Berna goes to Gonal, to whom Gonal tells the truth. And friends, now the heartbreaking truth behind this story is finally revealed. So Fadi's fiancée was Zara, who used to love him very much, but Fadi betrayed her and kept getting intimate with other ladies, due to which he got a disease which he gave to Zara too. Now he himself recovered from this disease, but Zara could not, and she started living in sadness from inside, who now could never become a mother. She tells this thing to Fadi, but he leaves her for some other girl, and that girl was none other than Berna herself, yes. And from this very betrayal, Zara broke completely, and writing a letter, she took her own life. And that lady from the starting of the movie who had fallen from above, she was actually Zara only. And the biggest thing is that Zara took her own life on Fadi and Berna's wedding day itself. And Ganal also tells that Fadi is a very wrong person, and he has cheated on Berna too many times, and therefore Mert also looked just like himself to him. Well, now she further says that Zara's mother knew everything, but she could not do anything. But just then Ganal reached the nursing home, and she got a chance to take revenge for her daughter. And this thing I told you before only, that Zara's mother was taking revenge through Ganal only. Well, right now Ganal says to Berna that Ella is inside the basement in that very chest. And now Berna goes to her. Now just then Ella is seen by her in an evil form, who haunts her. And now finally Berna had become possessed, who locks Ella in the chest. On the other side, Fadi comes to Eileen, and she had called Fadi exactly where Zara took her own life. Same like Zara, only she takes her own life by jumping from above, from which Fadi was completely broken. He was finally paying the price for his actions. Now inside the nursing home, Zara's mother was remembering the whole story, and now near her comes Zara's ghost, who is actually the evil of this very curse. And this was also said, that the one who casts it will himself be finished. And now this evil comes and finishes her too, consumes her. And this only is the specialty of this curse, that it eats the doer too. On the other side, Fadi comes home carrying Eileen's body, but here he finds evil Ganal. She weakens him by showing him terrifying visions of Zara and his family, then forces him to swallow a large number of pills, due to which he too was about to be killed at any moment. Well, by now Orhan had also come here. He starts trying to understand what after all is buried here, which sins are here, due to which the darkness here is so very much. And following this, the grave of the entire family is made here. Well, now Orhan goes into the world of the curse through Ganal, where the evil says to him that he should leave from here, otherwise his master will be killed. Meaning you know that these jinns or the evil, it dominates over attachments only. So here Orhan's attachment was with his master, and therefore it was provoking him here, was warning him too. But here Orhan does prayers and tells to save that family. He also gets visions of his master dying, from which he was troubled. But the very next moment, inside the vision, the master gives him courage. Well, now to finish the curse, he channelizes the light inside himself, due to which the evil had become weak. And the curse is finally broken. Now here we find out that this story is based on a true incident, and all these characters were absolutely real. And we are told that Berna takes Ella and goes very far away from here after a few days. And Fadi becomes seriously ill, who was now living at his mother's house. And he always used to repeat one single word here, meaning he had gotten trauma, he was in guilt. He keeps repeating the same words over and over. It's all over, which was actually his daughter's last message, meaning before finishing. And she had written that it's all over, Dad. And he keeps repeating only one single word again and again, that it's over. And boom, along with this, the Siccin 8 movie finishes right here. So friends, this was the story of the Siccin 8 film, which is based on a true incident. Here, Zara's mother, she took revenge for her daughter, meaning she was ready to sacrifice her own life too, which she did too. And she finally finished Fadi completely here, had left him after bringing him into guilt. He was left wandering like a living corpse, and Fadi was a person of wrong intention from the very start. He had affairs with many girls. First there was Zara, before her also there must have been many. After that, he married Berna, of course, but still he used to remain involved with many ladies, which explains why he used to think such about Mert too, because he feels that all men are like this only, and therefore only he kept turning his daughter against Mert. And of that very thing the jinns took advantage, due to which she killed Mert herself. And Zara's mother was looking from the start for one such weak link, due to which possession could be taken over this entire house, or the entire house could be ruined. And that weak link was Ganal, through whom only this could happen. So friends, this was the story of the Siccin 8 movie. I hope that the explanation and story of this film have been understood well by you. Now let me know in the comments which story among the Siccin movies feels the best to you. According to me, the Siccin 3 movie was one of the best movies. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe.